You're listening to the Birth Advocacy Podcast. I'm Kira Walsh, and I'm passionate about two things: supporting birth and helping doulas break free from burnout. If you're juggling on-call life, feeling underpaid, and wondering if this work can truly be sustainable, you're in the right place. We'll talk about raising your rates, setting boundaries that stick, and building a business that leaves you feeling energized, not exhausted. Let's jump in. What's up, guys? It's Kira, and today we're talking about something that I know all of us can relate to, and that is the comparison game. So, you know exactly what I mean. You're feeling good about your business, feeling like you're making progress, and then all of a sudden you open Instagram and boom, right? You see another doula posting about how she's fully booked for the next 6 months. Someone else just raised their rates, again. And suddenly, instead of feeling inspired, you start questioning everything. You literally go into that spiral. Why am I not there yet? Or what am I doing wrong? Or my least favorite, why am I even trying? So, like I said, I've been there. And let me tell you guys, comparison is not just annoying, but it's actually hurting your doula business. It's number one, it's stealing your confidence, it's keeping you feeling stuck, and it's making you play small when you should be fully stepping into your power and your role as a doula. And here's the kicker is thinking that you need to charge less or offer more just to compete. It usually doesn't bring in more clients. Normally it just leads to burnout and more frustration. So if you're tired of feeling like you're just always behind and you're ready to focus on what makes you an incredible doula, that's what this episode is all about. We're going to be talking about why comparison is actually sabotaging your growth, how to fully step in and own your value, and exactly what you need to do to shift from feeling stuck to actually making real progress. So let's get into it. All right, let me take you back to a moment in my own doula journey. I love to do this. I was about a year into my career and things were, let's just say, not great. I was still kind of new. I was charging about $800 for my services because I thought that that's what I had to do to book clients. I kept telling myself that I was new and I needed to start building a reputation, and people wouldn't pay me more than that because I was a brand new doula, right? But the thing was, even at that low price, I just wasn't getting inquiries. And meanwhile, I would open Instagram and I would see other doulas in my area talking about being fully booked, about raising their rates. And I would literally sit there thinking, what am I doing wrong? It really felt like no matter how much I tried to market myself, no matter how low I set my prices, I just wasn't getting clients. Clients just weren't choosing me. And the more that I compared myself to other doulas, the worse I felt. Eventually, I realized that my low rates weren't actually the solution, they were the problem. So I was undervaluing myself, and then, those potential clients could feel that. So I wasn't confident in my worth, so why should they be, right? So when I finally decided to raise my rates and really focus on the actual value that I brought, which is what I teach, everything changed. I started booking clients who were truly aligned with me, who wanted to work with me, and who respected the care that I provided and the care that I showed up to give them. And that's what I want for you too. So let's talk about why comparison is keeping you stuck and what you can actually do to break out of that vicious cycle. So, right now, you might not even realize how much comparison is slowing you down. And it's not just about the occasional self doubt, it's actually about the choices that you make because of that self doubt, right? So, you lower your rates because you assume no one's going to pay more, or you hesitate to promote yourself because you feel like you're just quote unquote not as experienced. I've heard that one so many times. You spend so much time watching, right, what all these other doulas are doing, and you forget to focus on your own growth. But here's the good news, and I want you to remember this, is that you don't have to stay stuck in this cycle, right? I was in this cycle and it took like a rude awakening for me to break out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 steps to really shift out of that comparison trap and start building a business that actually works for you. And these are the exact things that helped me stop questioning my worth and start attracting clients who, like I said, actually valued what I do. So let's get into it. So step 1 is recognize your unique value, right? So here's the thing. When you are constantly comparing yourself to other doulas, you're only seeing their highlight reel. And I know this is not the first time you've heard that. So the social media posts, right? The announcements, the big wins. But what you aren't seeing is the behind the scenes, right? All the shit I talk about, the slow seasons, the struggles, the doubts that they've had, right? Instead of asking, what makes me less than that doula, start asking, what makes me unique, right? Maybe you have an incredible ability to keep a birth space calm and grounded, or maybe you're really good at postpartum support, or you have a background in lactation that helps, your clients feel confident with breastfeeding when they bring baby home. Whatever that unique ability is, I want you to lean into it because that's what clients are actually looking for. Step 2, stop letting your rates define your worth. I say this on literally every episode, but how many times have you looked at other doulas and looked at what they're charging and you thought, oh, I could never charge that? Or, maybe you've kept your rates really, really low because you think that's the only way clients will book you, right? You think, okay, if my rate's lower than, Susie Q, they're going to book me because I'm more affordable. But the truth is, as I said before, the low rates do not guarantee more clients. In fact, they often do the opposite because when you're undercharging, you're sending the message that you don't value your own work. And if you don't see the value, why would these other moms, right? Why would the potential clients see that value? So instead of assuming that lower prices means more bookings, I want you to ask yourself, what is my pricing actually saying about my business? Am I setting the rates that reflect my experience and the level of care that I provide? Or am I just pricing out of fear? Now, step 3, I want you to shift from comparison to action. So if a doula in your area is fully booked or they're charging higher rates than you, it doesn't mean you're failing, right? It means that you can get there too if you want to. But instead of thinking, I'll never be able to do that, or, she charges way too much, I can never charge that, I want you to stop and I want you to ask yourself, what can I learn from this, right? What's working for them that I can adapt to fit my business? How can I take inspiration from what they're doing without falling into that trap of comparison and without getting stuck in that vicious cycle? Because here's the truth, there is room for all of us in this work, literally all of us. So, what's next, right? If this is hitting home for you and you're ready to stop spinning your wheels, I have something that's going to help. So, I put together a free masterclass. It's called Burnout to Booked Out. And what it's going to do is it's going to walk you through exactly how to shift from feeling stuck in comparison mode to actually booking the clients that you want at the rates that you deserve. You'll learn real, actionable steps to build a sustainable doula business that works for you, not against you. So you can grab your free spot over at newwavebirth.com/burnout. As always, I will throw that in the show notes for you. But go sign up. It's completely free and it's going to help you stop overthinking and start building the business that you actually want. So you're not going to be second guessing yourself. You're not going to be wondering if you're doing enough. It's just clear, actionable steps to help you get from burnout to booked out. And before we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this. So again, the doulas that you're comparing yourself to, the ones who seem to have it all figured out, right? The ones who are raising their rates, the ones that are fully booked and showing up with confidence, they've had doubts too. They have had slow months. They have struggled with their pricing and they've wondered if they were doing enough. I know that this is true because I once was there too. I was in that boat where I was struggling with my pricing, struggling with booking clients. But the difference is that I didn't let it keep me stuck, right? And neither should you. Now, the truth is that there's really no one way to be a great doula. There's no magic number of births you have to attend before you're, quote unquote, experienced enough. I don't know why we think that. There's no perfect package, no perfect price, and no perfect moment when you suddenly, make it, so to speak, as a doula. The only thing that matters is that you love what you do and you keep going and that you stop waiting for permission. Stop watching what everyone else is doing and start trusting that your way is enough. So here's your challenge for this week. I want you to go on social media, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I want you to unfollow or mute any accounts that are sending you into this spiral of self-doubt. So if their content makes you feel like you're behind or like you're not doing enough or like you need to like catch up, it's time to take a step back and instead of scrolling and ending in the doom scroll on Instagram, use that time to actually work on your business. Reach out to potential clients, refine your offers. On the last episode, I talked to you about auditing your offer and your packages. Have you actually done that? Have you figured out your ideal client yet? Use that time to really work on your business and map out your goals, or even just take a damn break and remind yourself why you started this work in the first place. Because the more you focus on what you bring to the table, the less you'll care about what anyone else is doing. So really just put on those blinders and trust me, that is where the real growth happens. So if this episode spoke to you, I want you to share it with another doula who needs to hear it. I want you to post it on your stories, tag me at Birth Advocacy Podcast, and let's get this message out there. And as always, if you want to chat more or work through any of this, go ahead and DM me over on Instagram. Again, it's Birth Advocacy Podcast, and tell me, what you're struggling with. I would love to hear from you. And I just love seeing you take action in your business. And I just want you to remember that you don't have to stay stuck in this spiral of self-doubt.